हेलो वेलकम टू यूपीएससी एवेन्यू। माय नेम इज़ प्रत्युष दुबे और हम इस चैनल में यूपीएससी सिविल सर्विसेज एग्जाम और अदर कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्जाम से रिलेटेड करंट अफेयर टॉपिक्स डिस्कस करते हैं। सो टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू डिस्कस अबाउट द हिंडनबर्ग 2.0 दैट हैज़ बीन गोइंग ऑन सिंस द लास्ट फ्यू डेज। इस बार हिंडनबर्ग ने माधवी पुरी बुच जो हैं, जो सेबी की चेयरपर्सन है, they have alleged that she and her husband owns stakes in Adani offshore funds. So this is an interesting development. ये last year they had alleged that Adani was manipulating stock prices और उसके बाद Adani Group का जो शेयर प्राइसेस थे वो बहुत ज़्यादा परसेंटेज के साथ क्रैश हो गए थे. So this is the new development that's been going around for a few days. On the backdrop of that, opposition parties are demanding the government and the parliament that a joint parliamentary committee should be formed to investigate this issue. So, on the basis of that, we'll look at the timeline of the events in this video. So, what has been going on since the last year, since the first report came out, and up to uh, the last few days, what has been going on. And then we will shift our focus to the institutional aspect. So we'll basically look more into SEBI, how it works, how it was formed, what are the functions, what are the composition, what are the powers of SEBI, and then we'll look into the joint parliamentary committees, and we'll look at some of the interesting uh, joint parliamentary committees of the past and their performance. And at the end, I have a question for you. So let's start with the timeline. So on 24th January 2023, that means last year, the Hindenburg Research. So this is a forensic financial. Hindenburg is a forensic financial research organization. So ये organizations का कंपनीज के stocks को and all पे रिसर्च करते हैं and they see whether there are irregularities or not, और उसके बेसिस में they short sell. ठीक है, they short sell and earn profits. So that's what they do. That's their basically business model. They had alleged कि अडानी ग्रुप में there was a lot of inflation in their stock prices और बहुत सारा manipulation था, artificial demand वगैरह बढ़ा के. So that's what this report had like intended. और उसके बाद क्या हुआ, stock prices का crash हो गया. Then the court on 2nd March 2023, the court, as in the Supreme Court of India, told SEBI to check whether the stock price manipulation or financial wrongdoing in the matter was actually done or not. Then on 8th May 2023, a 6-member expert panel appointed by the Supreme Court revealed that the evident pattern of manipulation was not there. Okay, then on August 2023, SEBI submitted a status report on its ongoing investigation. Now, by June of this year, so June of 2024, Adani's stock prices started to come back to the pre-Hindenburg 1.0 price. Then in July, Hindenburg Research revealed that SEBI had slapped them with a show cause notice for allegedly breaching Indian regulations. ठीक है, तो SEBI ने इन्होंने रिवील किया, हिंडनबर्ग रिसर्च ने, that SEBI has given them a show cause notice. Then on 10th August, in a very cryptic message on Twitter, Hindenburg said that something big was coming, and that was their allegation on SEBI chairperson Madhvi Puri Buch and her husband, whether as in they were involved in the Adani prices, Adani stocks in official capacity. So that was their allegation. Now on 11th August 2024, that means the next day, Madhvi Puri Buch and her husband responded with a joint statement to all the allegations that were pointed towards them, and they said that yeah, nothing was going on basically. On the same day, opposition parties demanded for a joint parliamentary committee investigation on the whole matter. Now, let's shift our focus to knowing more about the Securities and Exchange Board of India. So, Securities and Exchange Board of India क्या है? It's a regulatory authority. ये regulate करती है सिक्योरिटीज मार्केट एंड कैपिटल मार्केट. ठीक है, इसमें प्राइमरी एंड सेकेंडरी मार्केट दोनों को दे प्राइमरी एंड सेकेंडरी मार्केट दोनों को इट रेगुलेट्स. सो like RBI is for banking regulation, IRDAI for insurance sector regulation. Just like that, SEBI is for securities and capital market regulation. ठीक है, और primary and secondary both, right? Both securities, both markets are regulated by SEBI. It was originally established in April 1988 as a non-statutory body. Non-statutory मतलब it was not backed by a act of the parliament. ठीक है, उसके बाद on the backdrop of Harshit Mehta case, there was a need to increase powers of the SEBI. ठीक है, SEBI की powers increase करना था. So then the Indian Parliament passed SEBI Act of 1992, and this act gave SEBI a statutory status. ठीक है, statutory status मिल गया इनको. The primary purpose behind SEBI's establishment was to protect the interests of investors in securities and to promote the development and regulation of securities market. Now let's look at the functions of SEBI. So क्या क्या functions है? Protective function है. Protective function includes protecting the interests of investors, ensuring fair practices in the securities market, safeguarding investor interests, prohibiting insider trading and price rigging, promoting fair practices, prohibiting unfair trade practices, etc. Regulatory functions में क्या क्या आएगा? Regulatory functions का मतलब regulating the functions of the security market. This includes defining the rules, regulations, guidelines, code of conduct for corporate and intermediaries, etc. Then it has development functions. अब development functions का मतलब developments of the securities market. This includes offering training to financial intermediaries, introducing new products and services like demat accounts, encouraging self-regulatory organizations, and promoting financial inclusion. So ये कुछ functions हो गए SEBI के. Now let's look at the composition of SEBI. So SEBI has one chairperson. ठीक है, एक chairperson होता है, which is currently Madhvi Puri Buch, right? It also has one member from the RBI. ठीक है, RBI as in Reserve Bank of India से एक member होता है. Then two from Ministry of Finance, and 5 members are appointed from or by the central government. So 5 members are appointed by the central government. इसमें से जो 3 members होते हैं, they are permanent members and 2 are non-permanent members. ठीक है, permanent and non-permanent members. So that's what's written over here. 1 from RBI, 2 from Ministry of Finance, and 5 appointed by the central government. Now let's look at the powers of the SEBI. So first of all, let's first understand कि legislature क्या करता है, क्योंकि यहाँ पे क्वाज़ी लेजिस्लेटिव, क्वाज़ी जुडिशियल पावर्स के बारे में हमने बात करी. सो लेजिस्लेचर का प्राइमरी रोल होता है इनैक्टिंग एक्ट्स एंड रेगुलेशंस. ठीक है, लेजिस्लेचर का ये काम होता है एक्ट्स एंड रेगुलेशंस को लाना. एग्जीक्यूटिव का काम क्या होता है? एग्जीक्यूटिव का काम होता है इम्प्लीमेंटिंग दीज एक्ट्स, राइट? इम्प्लीमेंटिंग दीज एक्ट्स, रेगुलेशंस एंड रूल्स. जुडिशरी का क्या काम होता है? इंटरप्रिटेटिंग interpret करेंगे these acts, rules and regulations, and on the basis of that they also can punish for not following these rules or regulations, है ना। अब देखते हैं कि सेबी की पावर्स को, जो हमने 3 और 4 वेज में इसको डिवाइड किया है, क्लासिफाई किया है। तो वन इज क्वाजाई लेजिस्लेटिव पावर। क्वाजाई का मतलब इट सीम्स लाइक इट इज बट इट इज नॉट, यानी कि पार्शियल। ऐसा लगता है कि लेजिस्लेटिव पावर्स हैं, इट सीम्स लाइक इट बट नॉट एक्चुअली, राइट। सो quasi legislative power, so SEBI has the authority to draft regulation in its domain. Of course its domain में ही कर पाएगा, जो उनका domain है, that is regulating the securities market, उसमें they can draft regulations. So regulations draft करना हो गया, so this is a quasi legislative power. Now it also has quasi judicial powers, so they can investigate and adjudicate cases related to violations of the regulation it enforces. तो अगर कोई regulations violate करेगा, so it can adjudicate, impose penalties and suspend or cancel their registrations, ठीक है, तो punishment भी हो गई। Quasi executive, so SEBI itself is responsible for enforcing the rules and regulations that they have made, ठीक है। So executive powers भी हो गया, and it also has a investigative power. So it can conduct inspections, audits, summon witnesses and demand documents to investigate whether there has been any wrongdoing or not by these entities. Let's come to the question. So with reference to stock market of India, you have 3 statements. You can pause the video, read these statements and give the correct answer in the comment section. I'll give you the correct answer at the end of the video. Now let's come to the joint parliamentary committees. So parliamentary committees जो होती है ना, they are classified into 2 parts. One is standing committees. These are the permanent committees. Then you have the ad hoc committees. These are the non-permanent committees, ठीक है। ये किसी एक पर्पस के लिए इनको कंस्टिट्यूट किया जाता है। तो स्टैंडिंग कमिटीज़ का एग्जांपल हो गया आपका डिपार्टमेंट रिलेटेड स्टैंडिंग कमिटीज़, पब्लिक अकाउंट्स कमिटी, जनरल पर्पस कमिटी एक्सेट्रा, ठीक है। एड हॉक कमिटी में आपका आ गया जॉइंट पार्लियामेंट्री कमिटी। सो दीज कमिटीज़ आर established for a reason to investigate on a particular issue, और उसके बाद जो ये है कमिटीज़ जो है डिसॉल्व हो जाती है, ठीक है। आफ्टर they have done their job, they get dissolved. So a JPC in an Indian parliament is a temporary committee formed with members of both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha to investigate specific issues, particularly those of national importance or public concern. अब इसके मेंबरशिप का ये होता है कि it definitely has people from both, members from both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and usually it has twice as many as members from Lok Sabha than from Rajya Sabha, ठीक है। और जो ये members होते हैं ना, they are in proportional representation to their seats of political parties in the house. So let's say कि अगर 100 सीट्स हैं, राइट, 100 सीट्स हैं टोटल पार्लियामेंट में, इज नॉट द केस बट लेट्स से कि 100 सीट्स हैं, 60 इज़ फॉर पार्टी ए एंड 40 पार्टी बी की सीट्स हैं। तो अब जब जेपीसी आप बनाएंगे, जॉइंट पार्लियामेंट्री कमेटी, लेट्स से 10 मेंबर का जेपीसी बनाया, तो अब इसमें 6 मेंबर आएंगे ए से एंड 4 मेंबर आएंगे बी से, ठीक है। सो प्रपोर्शनल इनमें इस पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज का प्रपोर्शनल टू देयर स्ट्रेंथ इन द हाउस, ओके। द कॉम्पोजिशन ऑफ द जेपीसी रिफ्लेक्ट्स द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ पार्टीज इन पार्लियामेंट इंश्योरिंग प्रपोर्शनल रिप्रेजेंटेशन. JPCs are set up by a motion passed by either house of parliament and are tasked with in-depth examination and scrutiny of issues. ठीक है. Now, after thorough investigations, JPC submits a report to the Parliament, which may include recommendations for corrective actions or policy changes. अब जब JPC अपना इन्वेस्टिगेशन वगैरह कंप्लीट कर लेती है, they give their report to the Parliament. Now it is not binding. It is up to the government to accept their recommendation, accept, reject और partially accept. ठीक है, partially accept. Now, what has been some of the joint parliamentary committees that were constituted in the past? So, one was for the Bofors scandal. ठीक है, Bofors scandal को investigate करने के लिए हुआ है. 2G स्पेक्ट्रम के जो केस था उसके लिए हुआ था 2013 में. ऑगस्टा वेस्टलैंड जो चॉपर स्कैम हुआ था उसके लिए भी 2013 में. हर्षद मेहता केस ऑफ 1992, केतन पार्क केस ऑफ 2001. सो इस टाइप के जो बड़े नेशनल लेवल के नेशनल इम्पोर्टेंस के जो इश्यूज़ हैं या स्कैम्स हैं उनसे ही रिलेटेड केसेस में JPCs को कंस्टिट्यूट किया गया है. ठीक है. नाउ ऑपोजिशन को फ़ायदा क्या होता है JPC से? सो दो फ़ायदे हैं. देखिए, JPC कंस्टिट्यूट करने के ऑपोजिशन को दो फ़ायदे हैं. एक तो दे गेट ऑल द डिटेल्स ऑफ द केस. ठीक है, अदरवाइज जो डिटेल्स हैं केस की वो ऑपोजिशन को नहीं मिलती, जनरली गवर्नमेंट के पास ही होता है ये सब इंफॉर्मेशन. नाउ बिकॉज opposition party members are also part of the JPC, they are privy to all the details and information about the case, so that's a plus for them. Second is media attention, because now JPC has been constituted, कुछ ना कुछ रेगुलर बेसिस में अपडेट्स होती रहेंगी, मेंबर्स बात करेंगे मीडिया से एंड ऑल, सो दिस विल गेट देम कांस्टेंट मीडिया अटेंशन. सो ये दो फायदे ऑपोजिशन को JPC से हो जाते हैं. दैट्स व्हाई whenever there is a case, the opposition usually, whichever party is in the opposition, they are going to demand for a joint parliamentary committee. Now, let's coming back to the question. Statement 1 was, Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI, is responsible for regulating both primary and secondary markets. This we have discussed, so this is the correct statement. The BSE, Bombay Stock Exchange, is the oldest stock exchange in Asia. Yes, this is correct. National Stock Exchange was the first stock exchange in India to introduce electronic trading. This is also correct. So all three statements are correct. You can read the solution. You can pause the video and read the solution. Thank you. If you found this content valuable, please drop a like on the video. Share this video with your friends and fellow aspirants, and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more such current affair videos. Thank you very much.